Hey guys, I'm back and we are playing XDefiant. Or at least trying to play XDefiant as best we can with the game in its current state. uh, yeah, I've officially accomplished the one thing that I've been trying for so long with this game. At least when they added this. I mean, it's not exactly like this was there the whole time. But I have officially unlocked the Ultra Mastery Camo Pyroclastic. And I've unlocked it on a lot of weapons. So we're going to be playing with Pyroclastic on a few weapons today, checking it out. Let's go ahead and see what it is and what needed to be done. So Pyroclastic, the Ultra Mastery skin in this game, has two major requirements. Requirement one, get your gun to level 500, which is a very long grind. Even if you have double XP or you're utilizing double XP weekend with your tokens to get quad XP, getting the primary weapons to level 500 is quite time consuming in this game. It can take many hours per weapon. And most of the time you don't have access to the double XP weekends and tokens, so a lot of the grind will need to be done just normal XP, slow and steady, grind in each weapon. So get to level 500, but that still won't unlock Pyroclastic if you had just your one gun to 500, because the requirement 2 requires you to get several weapons to level 400 before the Pyroclastic mastery skin will unlock for your level 500 weapons. 400 is Titanium Prisma in this game, so that is also quite the lengthy grind, but once you get to 400, it's just another extra 100 for the 500, which is not as little as I make it sound. But you need to get quite a few weapons to level 400. You need 4 assault rifles, 4 submachine guns, 3 shotguns, 3 light machine guns, 2 marksman rifles, 2 snipers, and 5 secondaries. That's a total of 23 different weapons that you need to get to level 400 before Pyroclastic is even accessible once you get your weapon to level 500. Now, just a heads up, for me, actually, this requirement 2 sort of bugged out a little bit with the recent update. The recent update, they kind of bumped up a lot of people's levels, weapon levels up a little bit because of objective play and whatever, right? So what happened was I got a couple of extra ticks towards this challenge that I don't know where it came from. So I'm not totally certain if they've changed this requirement 2 with the recent update or not, or if it's just a bug. But for me, I'm actually only got 2 shotguns and 2 light machine guns to level 400 and above. Everything else, all the other requirements, I have met 4 ARs, 4 SMGs, 2 shotguns, 2 light machine guns, 2 marksman rifles, 2 snipers, and 5 secondaries. So again, I'm not totally certain why that bugged out or if they've just changed the requirement. But yeah, I'm happy regardless that I got it a little quicker than I should have maybe, or unless they've changed the requirement, then I've gotten it when I need to get it because the requirements changed, right? But yeah, I'm actually 1 shotgun and 1 LMG shy of this requirement 2. But for whatever reason, it's unlocked Pyroclastic, and I'm good with that. Now, also because of that recent update, I didn't actually have a lot of my guns at 500, but because that update increased a lot of people's weapon levels quite a chunky amount, all the guns that I had already at 400 and above are now max level Pyroclastic. So now that that update went live, I do actually have a lot of weapons with Pyroclastic unlocked, thanks to meeting the whatever requirement 2 adjustment and the weapon level increase, right? So the plan today is we're going to be playing quick play. Whatever match we get into, we will pick a weapon, and hopefully we'll go through each weapon category and try it out. And for the ARs, I'll be using the ACR 6.8. I've also got the MDR equipped in case I want to try that out. SMG, I've got the MP7 and the P90, just depends. Shotgun, we've got the M870. LMG, we got the M249. Marksman rifle, we've got the MK20 SSR. Sniper, we got the L115. And maybe for funsies, we'll run around with the M1911 at the end. Now, I'm just going to pick, based on the map we get into, which weapon we'll play with. And then after the game, I'll do a preview for that said weapon. So if you're interested in a specific weapon type gameplay or weapon type preview, timestamps will be in the description once the stream goes into the archives. So yeah, that is the plan. Man. Yeah, I'll show you what I mean. Like, so yeah, with the ARs, I've got only 4 ARs maxed out. SMG, same, 4 that are over 400, 3 maxed and 1 400, so that's the 4 requirement. Shotguns, this is where it gets weird, right? I've only got 2 shotguns maxed out, and the other 2 are not even close. So I don't know, man. I don't know why that I got Pyroclastic, but I'll take it. And same with the LMGs. I've got 1 maxed out, 1 over 400, and the other 2 are not even close. Marksman rifles, I'm good. Snipers, again, I've got 2. And same with the handguns. I've got my 5 over 400 and 1 maxed out. So yeah, I am actually too shy of the requirement. So maybe they've changed the requirement. I honestly don't know. I don't know.
Let's get it.
Team deathmatch. Like anyone's a match for Shadow.
Just let me check audio 1 minute.
3, 2, 1. Take out the hostile force.
Yeah, we're good. They've definitely nerfed this ACR. Feels like the fire rate, maybe.
Enemy Echelon is tracking with sonar goggles. Ready for deployment. Now's the time to bring it home.
Changing mag.
Mission accomplished. That's how Shadow Team rolls.
Yeah, I think they've nerfed the ACR. I'm gonna take out the stock. Just Just so we can get like a nice coverage look to it otherwise. Yeah, unfortunate. Such a long grind, and the stock is still a mess as far as coverage goes. But it looks good. Maybe they'll fix it one day.
Joining the attack.
Even the MP7, I think they have enough to. It's fine.
Team Deathmatch. Lethal force authorized. 3, 2, 1. Eliminate all hostiles. No need to interrogate anybody. Fire.
How did that not kill that dude? There's a lot of shots into him, and That
Rogue Echelon agent activated sonar goggles.
Roger. I'm in.
Team deathmatch. I think you know the rules of engagement here. 3, 2, 1. Take out the hostile force.
Dude, I fucking ran around the whole map, dude. How do you not encounter anybody?
looking good. Ultra ready for deployment. Never quit. Ultra good to go. I mean, of course we won. Team deathmatch. Like anyone's a match for Shadow Team. 3, 2, 1. Take out the hostile force.
Ah.
Use the medic!
I sort of wanted to do a different map for different mode too. I didn't want to do TDM. this fucking... Anyway, it doesn't matter. It's a little hard to track the enemies with the variants and connections that they're showcasing.
Here's out.
Neutralize the bad guys. Hurts, don't it? Good for our rep. Hurts, don't it? You got it done.
Out of like Attica Heights domination action on that for sniping the beast. TDM, we have to run around too much. But that's all I'm getting right now, TDMs. It's fine though. I'm just gonna take out the stock so we can at least get like a nice preview of the camo. I can also take out the optic if you want. I mean, it's unfortunate that I have to remove my like go-to attachments just to make this camo look complete. But it does look good when it's complete. It's just, it's okay. considering the grind, it's good. We'll talk about thoughts at the end, I guess. It's been a while since I've sniped on this game. I'm not gonna lie. I just feel a little unsteady with it. When I was sniping in this game, I was a beast. It was really easy to snipe in this game, but it's been like I haven't sniped for ages because of the other game grinds that I've been doing that took over. And I finished the snipers early because usually I'm pretty bad with the snipers, so I wanted to get it over with fast. But actually in this game, for some reason, I really enjoyed sniping. Today I was just feeling a little rusty, but it's fine. Also, don't want to like complain too much in this stream, but you know, connections of the enemies were making a little bit, but not that's not really an excuse. I was feeling rusty is the real reason. There's a strange enemy team connection is what I'm saying. Few 9 pingers, which is ultra like insane good for them. And then the rest were like 100 pingers. I'm like, okay. Don't really know what's going on, but it is cool how the reflection hits it.
Domination. This mission plays to our strengths. Three, two, one. Get out there and capture those zones, Shadow Team. Team capturing Zone A. Secured. We're moving on Zone B. Fire. Adapt. Phantoms feel no pain. Zone A under enemy assault.
I am down, but not out. Yes.
Enemy zombie. Light 'em up. Zone A under enemy assault. Capture those objectives. Moving on Zone B.
I'm dead. Use the medic.
Secured. Ready for deployment. Also ready for deployment. Enemies on B. Light 'em up.
Happy hunting.
Zone B compromised. Also ready for deployment. Zone contested. Team going after C. Enemies control all zones. Deal with them. Securing A. Secure all the capture zones and keep them that way. We're dominating. Zone B's compromised. Zone compromised.
Need to reload.
I am down, but not out. Yeah, I mean shit.
Enemy taking C. Ready for deployment. I mean, of course we won. Of course you're the best. You're a phantom.
That would have actually been a good game to snipe on, dude. Domination's good because you know where the enemies are coming from all the time. Rarely do they get behind you to the point where anyway, it's a good LMG game also. It is cool how it like feels like you can look inside it, the camera, right? Because of the kind of lighting up, the way it lights up. It's like things are going on inside. Very hypnotic looking into it. They need a clear roll, man. When they did the update, all of these like I had already completed. I don't even know why these are like. I already completed this grind so long ago. Obviously, none of these are new. But when they did the update, it triggered all of these to have the new nonsense. We don't have a clear roll. Dude, I hope this is not for some stupid mode that I'm sitting here waiting and then it'll be like capture the flag or some nonsense. The TDM game. A little surprised because that took really long to fill up.
deathmatch. Lethal force authorized. 3, 2, 1. Eliminate all hostiles. No need to interrogate anybody.
Revealing enemies.
Dude, these guys are just AFKing. Well, I guess that is the game chalked.
Mission's in jeopardy, Agent. Take no prisoners, Agent. I'll allow it. Only I can put this bulletproof tactic to your ops path. That was hardly by the book, Agent.
Ah, dude, man. I don't even know what to say, man, while I sit here waiting for this game to fill up. I'll get super negative if I start talking. So, and I'm pretty tired now. Like, these lobby things, like, it gets so aggravating. They still haven't fixed it, so the game will just start when there's like 10 or 8 people in the game. Or at least start the the countdown for the map selection, right? Last game, please. Just create the match. They have done this extended timer so like the lobby isn't full, like the voting lasts longer, which is a good thing, I guess, right? It's fine. But they can do the like creating the match when there's 8 people in the lobby. Once there's 8 people in the lobby, you can create it and then have that like 2-minute timer or 1.5-minute timer while voting is, while it tries to fill up the remaining slots. If not, just start the game. It's been something I've been saying since Daytona launched. The Daytona map dropped. Doing pistol gameplay, so I won't use the SMG, but
Team deathmatch. Lethal force authorized. 3, 2, 1. Neutralize the enemy team. Right in your wheelhouse, Agent.
is this guy kidding? Like you're using a pistol, buddy.
agent. Eliminate all hostiles.
That was a mess.
A professional courtesy.
Changing mags.
For this, you're close to winning. Hold on. The brass will never say it, so I will. Good job, Agent. What's next? A ticker tape parade? The brass would love that.
Bros, teabagging it with this kind of score? Brother. Maybe just learn to play the game and not try to be toxic while at it. I thought he was gonna slam the way he was teabagging me. I was like, alright, It's on. Did nothing the whole game. Anyway, it was fun still. Nice way to end it. So yeah, officially Pyroclastic unlocked and tried out. Somewhat enjoyed. I did enjoy. Let's go ahead and just run through the camos one last time with each weapon, and I'll also show my build, and we can go from there. So ACR. I mean, as far as the camo goes, I do like it and all that. It's just a really, really, really long grind to get to it. And the retroactive level bumps that they did, that was godsend. I mean, obviously not godsend, but much appreciated that the developers decided to go that route and give us that courtesy of bumping up our levels to represent, game played and XP not earned through the various changes that they did with their XP-like leveling system. Objective play, and then they kind of like increased the level cap and different kind of values per level and all, and that's why like those level bumps happened when they did. It wasn't just generosity, but it was generosity kind of thing, right? It was sort of what we had earned somewhat, but we'll show the builds afterwards. But it was also like, we had earned it, through the gameplay. It's just that they didn't have the system in place. But like I said, other games wouldn't have done that kind of thing, so it was appreciated. The other thing is, again, I technically haven't met the final requirement in this for Pyroclastic. And I suspect a lot of people that might have Pyroclastic, that bug might have happened for them also. I'm 2 guns shy of the actual second requirement. I mentioned this in the intro, but I've only gotten 2 shotguns and 2 LMGs completed. So I'm missing 1 out of the 3 LMGs and 1 out of the 3 required shotguns. So again, I don't know if that's a bug or if they've just changed the requirement or something like that. I don't know. That happened, the tracking bug happened with the recent update. So it wasn't incorrect until they did that massive level bump. I hope they don't retroactively take away Pyroclastic from me now. But even if they do, I think, whatever, man. I think I'm not going to redo another stream re-earning Pyroclastic or some nonsense. I do want to grind out the M60, which is one of the missing LMGs, 1 out of the 3. Like I said, I've gotten 2. So I do want to grind that out because it is really hard hitting and it was really good. It's just very slow, an LMG, right? So I get locked into place or something like that, I guess. And, but it is a good LMG. So I do want to grind that out. I'm not super fan of shotgun gameplay, but just for namesake, I will probably also grind out the AA-12 at some point in time. As far as the camo goes, personally, I really like it, but I just don't think it is of equal quality versus the time required. I like it a lot, but my personal thoughts are like I maybe I don't know. I okay. Let's just go with the positives first before I give my like opinion. The one thing I've said, like the way the lighting works through the camo, right? It gives this kind of like hypnotic feel to it, right? And also it gives a lot of depth. Like it feels like that light is inside the camo, like it's inside the weapon, and it's emanating out, and that's what's lighting it up, right? So it's got this really cool feeling that there's depth and there's light inside the like weapon, and that's what's glowing, and that's what that and by doing so, having that kind of depth and movement, it creates this hypnotic effect if you look at it like long enough, kind of thing. And it's something, the closer you look at it, the more you appreciate it here. But so I think that has a lot of like cool value to it, right? I think it does kind of look not so great in game. Like there's elements to it that looks kind of like that, the black part of it, when I was looking at it in game, it just looked kind of like, it didn't look anything cool. Like it looks flat is what I mean, right? I would have liked to see like almost textured, like a bumpiness to it or something like that. Like it's like molten rock or something like that, like whatever, right? I would have liked to see like a little bit more three-dimensional effect to it as far as that goes. But it did look a little flat in game when you look at it. And unfortunately, you can't do a weapon inspect. So it's really just kind of the side angle that I'm looking at it. So I don't know, maybe if you do a weapon inspect, it has better look to it and all. But it did look a little flat, especially those black sections, like the top thing that is kind of reflecting light. I would have liked to see a little bit more bumpy jaggedness to it or something like that. The other thing that I would have liked to see in this is like maybe color changing. Like you went from titanium prisma that had those like kind of rainbow effect kind of scrolling thing to just this blue kind of like murky effect that is pyroclastic, right? I wouldn't have minded seeing like it shifting from blue to red to yellow and green and stuff like that. Slowly, the light inside changes the color, right? So it starts off like this, not the scrolling effect that you got from titanium prisma. The entire like effect like applies it slowly. Like it goes from blue and then the color shifts to green and the whole weapon turns green like that or something like that, right? Or alternatively, more interestingly, I wouldn't have minded seeing something like that applied to like almost a reaction based style. Like as you get kills, it changes the color of the weapon. So each time you get a kill, it changes the color, changes the color, changes the color, and it just keeps on changing throughout the game. I think that could have been fun. Again, not a ton of different colors, just a few like that. I think that could have been interesting. I think a combination of like a three-dimensional effect to the black sections to give it that bumpy, rugged look to it, and the color shifting, it would have definitely felt a little bit more mastery, ultra mastery or whatever. Again, like I'm kind of like, I don't know like what the capabilities of the camo like system in this game is. Maybe that, I don't know. I feel like that's possible. That would have been possible. It should have been possible to do something like that. Do I hate it? Not really. It does feel nice to have now. Finally, like, oh man, it's finally unlocked, right? So it is nice. Like, I do feel like this particular weapon, the way you're looking at the scrolling, looks kind of, the scroll of the thing looks a little generic. So maybe even like kind of a more fluid, flowy nature to it, the way the like animation scrolls. That could have been also an interesting kind of like thing. Like it does feel sort of, I hate saying this, but like I think they could have put a little bit more modern twist to it, and taken it to that next level. But it's okay. I'm glad I got it. And to be fair, like I said, I am missing 2 guns, so they sort of like gifted it to me a little shy of when I deserved it. Unless they changed the requirement to something. I don't know. Maybe they changed the requirement. But yeah. I mean, the last thing, you know, we've just gone through it. Let's go through the build, right? And this is sort of where, like, I feel like, man, this is kind of where it got messed. There's no way this should be how it looks if you put a stock on. This is like, dude, after like grinding 500 levels, 23 weapons, 400 worthy levels and all, for whoever did that, like I said, I'm 21 weapons and 500 levels on a lot of weapons. So there was a lot of time put into the game, even though I didn't put the final 2 weapons time, I guess. This isn't okay. And like this issue has been a problem since the launch. And you put this like Ultra Mastery camo in. For at least that Ultra Mastery, this should have been fixed day 1. This should not have been the case. Anyway, let's go through builds. The ACR, this is the build I used, the barrel extender, reflex, quick mags, quick draw, padded. I'm just going to go through the builds really quickly. MP7, heavy, small vert, quick mags, quick draw, lightweight. Some of this looks really good. Like when it's got that full coverage, it looks so good. Shotguns, barrel extender, choke, PQ, laser, quick draw, lightweight. Like in this case, like the stock not getting the coverage like that, I'm sort of okay with it because it's got that black rubber look, and that sort of goes with the visual element, even though like you're losing a large chunk of it, right? It's more like this one that doesn't look good. And in this one, even if they did that black rubber, I probably wouldn't have liked it. Like it is so much better if they just have this. And I don't know why, like this is not that different, right? So it's like, why can't you just give me this, dude? Yeah, but all right. LMG, it's the stealth, super light, reflex, quick draw, and precision. MK20 SSR is muzzle booster, hand stop, reflex, quick mags, leather wrapped. And sniper is muzzle booster, lightweight. I use the CQB SS8X. Again, see the scope removes it. And with the sniper, I use the reinforced also. That doesn't look good, man. That doesn't look good. Like, I've been so desperately trying to get a solid skin for this weapon that just doesn't affect visuals when I have these attachments on. And they ain't nothing right now for this gun. And unfortunately, the Ultra Mastery is just as much of a disappointment. But yeah, fabric and reinforced. Like, see, I've got so... Dude, I'm desperately trying to get something to like cover up that back stock. The optic even would be nice to have some coverage on it because it looks so like used and worn off, like worn down. It doesn't look like, you know, give me some coverage on that, man. And then the M1911 is muzzle booster, reflex, quick mags, and quick draw. So just, again, I've shown this already, but those of you wondering, this is the levels that I've gotten my guns to. Again, I've gotten the 4. I've gotten all the requirements. I'm a little surprised that I unlocked it. Like I said, the tracking bug or whatever, or readjustment to the requirement, I don't know what it is. Yeah, here's the 4. 3 maxed out, and this is my 4th 400, so that is titanium prisma. So SMGs is complete. I've gotten 2 shotguns, but I'm not close really on the other 2. So I needed 1 more for the shotgun. And LMGs again, I've gotten 2. This is my titanium, and this is the maxed out. But again, other 2 are kind of far off. But I'll take it, dude. I'm going to take it. I'm just going to take it. Marksman rifles I've maxed out. Snipers, I've got these two maxed out, and this is at 200. So you only needed 2 snipers because of the thing. And pistols, these are my 5. So I've gotten, again, a lot of time and effort went into getting this other stuff. So I'm good with them gifting me those other 2, like reducing the requirement with the either tracking bug or readjustment to the requirement. I don't know what it was. Done. I am officially done. My head's blanking out right now because this grind was so long, and I've said this a few times. I hope they don't like extend the mastery grind any further than this. Like, what I want to see from the game, like, is just like games have done like challenges and stuff. Like, give me like a set of challenges to earn a reward, right? I'm down for that. Give me like mission challenges is what some games call it. Give me things to do outside the mastery grind now. I think like people have talked about, let's do headshot mastery grind, let's do this, that mastery grind. I don't want that anymore. I'm done with the mastery grind as far as like Pyroclastic goes and this, that. I don't want to see another like, now get another 500 levels and all. You know, at first I was like, you know, that makes sense, right? Let's keep just adding every season. They can add a little bit to the mastery grind and just keep pushing it forward a little bit. But in my head, it was like, you know, you get to like level 200 or something, right? And then each season they'll just add another 50 levels to the weapon and just add one cool camo or something like that. But when they did like, they added another 200 levels to it, going from gold, that 100 level gap, going from gold to titanium violet, right? It's brutal, where it feels like nothing is happening for those first 100 levels, that in between 100 levels, right? And it just felt awful. That's why I don't want to see the extension happen anymore, because it doesn't matter what they add. I've gone through it and I don't want to go through it again, right? I definitely think like them adding new weapons and stuff, I'm down to grind those. I'm down to grind those and try to get mastery camo on a chunky amount of them. Like if, again, this is like very dependent on if I even like see value to continuing playing this game, because now I'm not trying to be negative about this, but it got kind of miserable. Got miserable for a bit because the matchmaking timings, the kind of like connections, the servers and all that, like it, especially when you're doing certain weapons, man, it hits you really hard. These are like issues, right? I think now that I've completed the grind, I'm like, okay, this is fine. I'm enjoying myself. I'm down, right? But yeah, those issues really hit hard with certain weapons, and it is extremely frustrating grinding through that, right? And it like, also just the way they keep extending the camo grind, what they did, it feels like they've kind of devalued the previous camos, like gold and titanium prisma. Like in my head, like I'm debating whether I should just unlist all those previous mastery like streams, master of masteries, where I'm doing gold and titanium prisma, because now all that matters is Pyroclastic, right? So that's sort of my mindset. Like I'm really debating. I'm like, should I just unlist those, because they're sort of worthless now, because they keep extending the grind the way they did. I might, honestly. Like there's some of those streams, like especially these last pistol few ones, I was super miserable doing them, because again, connection, team balancing, network, and weaponry were just not fun for like several games through those streams, right? But I don't know. I won't unlist it anytime soon, but you know, it might happen. Who knows? Also, going forward, if I do continue the Master of Masteries, I probably won't do gold and titanium prisma for weapons anymore. Like, I'll just do this kind of like getting pyroclastic. So we'll have the last few levels before I hit pyroclastic on the weapon. And then, you know, I'll showcase all the camos getting there on that one stream, as opposed to separating gold and titanium prisma. When I started these Master Masteries, we didn't even have titanium prisma. So gold was the end goal, right? So that's why I was showcasing it. And then they extended it, and then they extended it again. It's like, come on, man. Just my criticism, my view of the situation. Not hating on it. I'm so glad I finally got it done. It's over. I've earned it. Even though I'm technically missing a few guns, couple of guns, I'm happy I've got it in my collection. And more than anything else, the reason I also don't want them to do another like extension to the camo grind is because, like I said, there are some of those guns I just don't want to look at anymore. I just want to enjoy this game, and I want reasons to jump on and enjoy this game, right? So give me some challenges, give me some stuff to do, but I'm going to be using my favorite guns while I'm doing it. You know, that's how I'm going to handle the challenges going forward. I don't want to look at some of those like SVD or the D50 because like they're brutal when they're not working and the other like XYZ factors are not in my favor, right? But, you know, if I'm just running around with some of my favorite guns and completing challenges and earning some free stuff and all, I think I'm probably going to enjoy this game quite a lot. So hopefully there's things to do in coming seasons, challenges, fun stuff to like do. And hopefully I can just kind of enjoy the grind with the good weapons now. You know, so when I'm going against sweaties, I'm not using some nonsense weapon and just getting dutied on and getting super frustrated that these idiots are either lagging or this, that. Who cares? I'll pull out the duty weapon if they're doing duty weapon to me. And, you know, that'll be the fun of it. So I am looking forward to experiencing the game that way now that Pyroclastic is unlocked, right? And that's why I keep saying, please don't extend the camo grind, because I just don't want to think of that anymore. Again, with the new weapons, I will. You know, there is still fun to have that mentality going for the camos on the new weapons and the weapons I haven't yet completed, you know. But as far as the game goes and all, I just want to enjoy it. And I'm hoping it'll survive and Season 3 will bring reasons to enjoy the game while using some of the stuff that, you know, makes the game fun. My OP weapon selection or something. And mind you, the loadouts, okay, this is the last thing I'll say. And now that I've completed Pyroclastic, the weapon balance in this game is one of the best I've ever seen. Like, the variety of weapons that are actually viable in this game is insane. It's insane. I'm gonna, like, this is one positive I'll give. Like, COD, they throw you like so many different weapons, or some games they don't give you that many weapons, this, that, and the other. This game's given you a pretty healthy number of weapons, and a lot of them are extremely viable. Some of them are good, but are very dependent on the quality of connection and stuff like that. That's why I kind of struggled with things, and I'm like, I don't want to use that. I don't want to use that anymore, right? But let's just quickly go through this. ACR, excellent. I think they've nerfed both ACR and AK. I haven't tried the AK, but the ACR feels a little nerfed. LVOA was okay. M4, okay. These two are like just kind of like average, nothing special, but not awful either, right? MDR, this is a beast gun. And so is the M16. So you've got like basically like a full set of ARs that there isn't anything that's completely horrible, right? And then MP5 I thought was one of the weaker of the SMGs. MP7 was really good. I think they might have nerfed it. P90's a beast. Vector's an absolute beast. Like, this thing melts up close. It's got like a super fast time to kill. I kind of wanted to equip the Vector for gameplay, but man, we didn't, you know, can't go through each weapon individually. That'll be too long. Surprise, surprise, shotguns are also a hell lot of fun in this game. Like, I like the M870 because it feels like, traditional shotgun fun action. But the double barrel is another beast weapon that, like, most games, it's a daunting weapon to use. In this game, it is fun and beastly and it works. And so far, what I've been grinding, the A12 is equally fun and the spaz wasn't horrible. And the thing is, like, all these weapons have a really good balance to it. So it's not like broken OP, but if you're using it right, it does feel strong, right? If you're using the weapons right, it feels strong. With the LMGs, I really like the M249. That's why I maxed it out. But the L86 was also a lot of fun, the new LMG. And the M60s are really good, like hard-hitting LMG. It's just that you sort of get locked into place. So you might want to be playing modes that, you know where that direction. Like, I think TDMs and stuff like that, right? Where the enemies can kind of get around you and all, the LMGs become, like, other than the L86, the LMGs become a little bit harder to use. But if you got domination or something, these LMGs are beastly, dude. And, like, the M60 is gonna, I really want to get that leveled up. Like, I want to get that maxed out for sure. But I still think mobility while LMG gameplay, I think M249 is my favorite. Whereas, like, kind of extra mobility, the L86 is more interesting. Lack of mobility but hard hitting, it's like the M60. The RPK was pretty bad when I used it last. I don't know, it might get a buff, it got a buff, I don't know. But 3 LMGs that are different and fun, right? Marksman rifles, the MK20 SSR is really good. The SVD is really good, but it's very connection dependent. So if you have a bad connection and you can't, like, you're shooting and it's not hitting your shots. And again, it is connection related. Like, you'll shoot someone and the bullets will just go through them, or it doesn't give you the proper, like, damage profile for it. Like, you might shoot someone in the head and it's like, dude, that should do a lot of damage, but it doesn't. And that's usually because the connection's janky. So the SVD is one of those weapons that is extremely unforgiving. And because of that, when you're facing connection related issues, which is kind of often in this game, it falls apart, right? But it doesn't change the fact that if the network was amazing or something, it would be a really good gun. But just because, like, connections are in this game are a little questionable, I think the MK20 is a little bit more reliable as far as marksman rifles go. And then you got the snipers, like the TAC-50, the super hard-hitting sniper. The M40, a little bit more mobile and all, but, you need to land, like, some more precision-styled shots, right? And then you've got this, like, sweet, beautiful balance between the two with the L115. Definitely for me, the favorite is the L115. TAC-50 was good before the L115. Once the L115 came, like, that is the go-to sniper for me, for sure. Pistols, I really like the M1911, like, but even this 93R, like the Raffica, was quite a bit fun. M9 was okay. I wanted to like it, but I think the M1911 is just my personal preferred version of the semi-automatic pistol. The D50 is like the SVD, right? Where it's really good, but it's extremely connection dependent. And it can, like, I just did the, like, titanium prisma on this previously. It was so miserable going for that gameplay because I didn't have the connections. None of them were in my favor, and it just became brutal. And then the sort of shotgun is kind of like the double barrel, but in your pocket kind of thing, right? It's a lot of fun, but it has no range. But if you can get close, you're going to delete people, and it's probably going to cause a little bit of rage. I fortunately just completely avoided the Magnum. I suspect this is going to be brutal considering connection quality. Like I said, the D50 is connection dependent, similar to the SVD, but it's a little bit more forgiving than the SVD. I suspect this is less forgiving than the SVD. So it'll probably be like something I'll probably never even bother looking at because it's just, I'm too scared to, honestly. I'm like, I don't want to touch that because that looks like I'll just tear my hair out trying to grind that out. But honestly, these other ones weren't so bad. And it was so nice equipping like double XP during the double XP weekend and getting quad and just seeing the levels fly like every game, right? So they want, it feels like a daunting task, the secondaries, but if you have the XP tokens of the double XP, so you're getting quad XP, that's a really good time to maybe jump on the handguns, because that's what I did, and it flew through the levels, which was just such a good feeling. So yeah, that would be my reflections on the weapons, I guess. Yeah, all in all, Pyroclastic finally unlocked. Hopefully they don't take it away from me because it's a mistake. Hopefully, even if they do, man, I think I'll probably just give up on the game. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't ruin the game for me. I'll get the remaining weapons at some point in time. I'll make the push for the final 2 guns that they gifted me. I mean, to be fair, my personal opinion, okay, this is my personal opinion, okay? This is the last thing about this camo grind, the Pyroclastic camo grind in particular. My personal opinion is this requirement stupid. The requirement 2, where they've like broken down each weapon individually, like you need 4 ARs, 4 SMGs, 3 shotgun. I hate this. I hate this. Just make it like you need 23 weapons that are at 400 levels. Any 23 weapons. Because that's what's nice about getting DLC weapons. Again, game that shall not be named, right, that I play. Once DLC weapons happen, you can sort of substitute other categories completely out and just do the DLC weapons to get your mastery camo. That's a nice thing to have, right? So, the shotguns are good, the LMGs are good, but my favorite gameplay is ARs. I would far rather just grind out these 2 ARs and max them out than do the remaining shotgun and LMG. Again, I do want to grind the M60, so that is that. But, you know, I could have maybe also done those 2 ARs, done this SMG, so we have 3 weapons, and then not done 5 secondaries, right? Maybe I could have just done 2 secondaries, and that would have been good enough, right? Although the secondaries in this game, I suggest doing them because it's so easy to level them up, like I said, when you're using quad XP. So more likely I would have substituted one of the primary weapons because it's a much longer grind. So yeah, that would be my suggestion. If they are adjusting the requirements for this, if they did, my suggestion is just remove the like weapon requirements and just have the total number required. Which, mind you, I still haven't met. Like, I'm still too short. Even if they did make that change properly, my AR is like a few levels off, and you know, I haven't gotten anything else to that. So I don't know why I got it 2 weapons early, but I'm gonna take it. So yeah, that's everything. Hope you guys enjoyed. Check out my streams if you haven't already. Pyroclastic unlocked. Will I unlist all my previous Master of Masteries in XDefiant now that they're all invalidated thanks to Pyroclastic? Not anytime soon, but maybe. So some of them might go. Some of them might disappear, like some of those pistol ones. Oh my god, those were brutal. I was miserable with the recent pistol games, but in the end, it all worked out. Hope you guys enjoyed. Check out my old streams if you haven't already, and I will catch you later. Bye. All in all, Pyroclastic unlocked. However I unlocked it, it feels good, feels nice, and it looks good on my weapons. It looks good. I'm happy with it. All right. I wanted to do a quick couple bonus games. We'll see if we can get into the game quickly. I want to play one game with the MDR and one game with the P90. If the games go well, we'll keep it. If they don't go so well, I'll just crop the stream, you know, so it doesn't show those games. But those weapons look so good with Pyroclastic, and I know the MDR is a beast still. You know, I'll tell you one thing. I've always been a fan of the MDR. since they launched it. People like slept on it for so long, and only now they're like, oh, yeah, it's so good. No, I've always known it was really good. I haven't used it in such a long time. I want to use it. And then the other gun I wanted to use, like I said, was the Vector. But I want to get a little bit of P90 gameplay on also. So Vector will have to sit this one out. If we can get into a game quickly also, man. I don't want to sit around here for half an hour trying to find a match. It's pretty late, so I don't know if like that has affected the player base. I'm not joking, man. Like, the way they kind of invalidated, like, gold and now titanium prisma, I really do sort of, like, been debating. I'm like, should I even keep those streams or should I just unlist them? Which is kind of unfortunate because I really don't have a whole load of XDefiant content other than the weapon grind. But, like, it feels, like, dated going for prisma or going for gold. Because they keep like extending that grind. I mean, most of those are good gameplay game streams anyway, though. So I guess like, it's not like a challenge stream or something like that that's gotten outdated. It's more of just a gameplay stream. That's why I'm like, just keep it. But I'll probably not do them going forward. Like I said, I'll just do like trying to unlock Pyroclastic once I get to it. But it'll probably take forever before I get to it. With some of these weapons. Like, I've missed playing with the MDR. It's like that, right? Doing this Camo grind, it's taken so long. I haven't touched this MDR in so long. I've missed it. Again, I don't know if I'll do well with it. We'll see. It's a 90 ping lobby, man. Come on, give me a break, but I'll try. And this is like the build, like old build. So I don't know if like it needs adjusting build-wise and all that. Excuses. I'm going to start this bonus section with my excuses. So if things go wrong, I can just crop it out without feeling bad.
3, 2, 1. Neutralize the enemy.
Like the swirliness on the black thing looks good. It's just like I wish there was a little more bumpiness and stuff like that. Really. If this wasn't a 90 ping game, this gun would just be absolutely terrible. Strozo, what's up? Give me a second, Strozo, hang on. The game stacked you against like some sweats and your teammates weren't doing much. And what happened? It happens a little too often in this game. Yeah, it does feel sad. It does. I finally got Pyroclastic though, man. The connections have been like all so bad too, man, unfortunately. It's been a struggle connection-wise. Even when you have 30 ping, the enemies will have like 100 ping. Or you have 100 ping, the enemies have 9 ping. It's like, dude, how am I supposed to fight back then? It's just constantly against you. Like, even when I'm trying to show something off, like, it feels like I have to give excuses. Like, this is such a good gun, but it's a 90 ping lobby. I can't show it off properly. It's not like the time to kill is not quite where it should be, the way what makes it look so good. No, they do put me in 30 ping lobbies. It's just like, when you get those 30 ping lobbies, usually what'll happen is the whole enemy team will be like 100 ping or something like that, dude. So, like, everyone being on like an even footing 30 ping, that's over. That's not happening anymore. So sad, dude. Like, I do get into those lobbies, but like, it genuinely feels equally as bad because they can't fill it with 30 pingers.
This will be a fun report to write. Player of the match? You don't even officially exist. Who's making these?
Now that I've finished the camo grind though, I do think playing with some of these guns, going back to my MDR and all that, oh, it's gonna feel good. Playing against sweaties while grinding out the doo-doo weapons, man. Jeez, they were horrible. Oh, thank you, man. Appreciate that. Thank you, thank you. Anonymous. That's a cool way of like putting anonymous, dude. It's a cool way of putting your name. Thank you, appreciate it. One more game. I want to do the P90. The ACR definitely felt nerfed. Like this MDR is the better of the two now, I feel. Like, and I mean, obviously very different gameplay with the MDR versus the ACR, but I was feeling a little slow to use it when I was using it. God, it's also like, after grinding out some of these other weapons, I feel so slow with some, like, dude, I was so aggressive with some of these guns. But I guess, I don't know. It'd be nice to get back to that flow state, if I can get back to it. My worry is the like connection will still keep me grounded, man. I won't be able to like fly around as much because still I'll be like tackling or struggling with the connection. But still, it'd be nice to get back to that. Dude, wouldn't it be like so shocking, huh? Dude, I swear, like I have no hope, okay? I have no hope, alright? I'm not gonna act like I'm hopeful. But man, what if season 3 drops and it brings like a ton of people back? God, that'd be such a beautiful thing. I don't even know how Prestige would work in this game. Stroza, I'm just gonna be playing one last game by myself, man. I'm just gonna do one more game by myself. I hope you don't mind. And then I'm calling it. It's super late for me. Yeah, honestly, I don't think they should do Prestige in this game. Either that or the one Prestige thing that I've said that could work in this game is Weapon Prestige. If they do Weapon Prestige, I could see that working. But I don't know what, like I wouldn't, like obviously not remove all your camos that you've earned, but re-level like your weapons to get your attachments or something like that, right? But then what do you get from it? Like that would be the question, right? What would you get from prestiging your weapon a bunch of times? I don't know. Like, I think player kind of prestige, COD's done it too well. The way they have like you earning your this, that, and the other. And that's what makes prestige special, right? If you're not like relocking and unlocking things, then prestige doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. What the? So yeah, I'm no clue. Like, they keep trying to like do things that the community asks for, but it doesn't make sense sometimes. Like, what do you want to prestige in this game? I don't understand why the community is like, you gotta do a prestige system. Prestige what, man? I don't understand. Like I said, the only thing they have in this game that has levels and unlocks are weapons, dude. That's the only thing that I see like prestigeable. Like, I don't want to do challenges again to unlock like my Simtex grenade or some nonsense, dude. That's not... That doesn't sound like fun. Yeah, so I don't know, man. Someone told me like the new maps are gonna be like Greece themed or something. That sounds cool. If that's true. Like Assassin's Creed theme for sure this season. That's what everyone's saying. So I think that's what will be the theme. And someone stopped by the stream and said, "Oh yeah, it's gonna be." Greece maps based in Greece. Who's cheating? P90, baby.
Mission success. It's almost like you've done this before. What's next? A ticker tape parade? Track would love that.
Would older generations boost player base? Yeah, man, for sure. I think that would actually be a pretty good idea. Bringing the older generation, like, consoles in. I honestly don't understand, like, what's holding anyone back from this. This game, like, doesn't seem like it's so taxing that it shouldn't play pretty well on a PS4 or an Xbox. Like, I think that would be, like, a pretty smart idea. Putting that out. That would be a pretty good idea. The older things. I don't have an issue with that. P90. Yeah, that would be a wise move. Actually, that might actually increase the player base, but I don't know, man. Like, we'll see, I guess. Like, I don't know if it's not a guarantee, man. Like, the kind of, like, perspective people have on this game now, or, like, perception of that is there about this game right now. Like, I don't know if, like, people would be, like, super excited to jump on anymore, right? Those are the kind of things that should have been there at launch, and then it would have been a big deal. Like, too many quality of life things that needed to be there at launch to prevent, like, the player base from kind of having this negative perspective. And adding it now might boost the player base, but I don't know. Who knows whether that'll work or not. I'll tell you what doesn't work, man. I saw like an XDefiant video from a content creator, like one of the big content creators. And I was like, oh, fuck, man, cool. He's playing XDefiant, right? So I want to see what he's doing. And it was like a paid video. Like, you know, Ubisoft had paid him to like make a video on XDefiant. And I'm like, oh, it's an ad. It's fake. The guy's not actually into XDefiant. He just got paid to make that video. And that doesn't feel organic. It doesn't feel like, that doesn't feel good. Like, it's like, oh, you just paid some idiot who doesn't want to play your game and will not play your game beyond this one video. And he's going to fake excitement for it. Yeah, it looked very disingenuous. And I clicked away halfway through the video because it didn't seem appealing. So yeah, paying big content creators to play your game and they have to like announce that it's a paid advertisement video, that doesn't work as well anymore. That's not quite the move. You know, like, yeah, 1 minute. Just before. I'm just gonna show my build for both the MDR and the thing. This is the MDR, stabilizing barrel, super light, reflex, quick mags, fabric. Wish I had a better connection. This is a beast build, I'm telling you. P90, got some pretty good slaying with that. And that game was pretty good, right? Barrel extender, leather wrap, reflex, fast mags, leather wrap. So those were the two builds. Yeah, I'll tell you. You want to see genuine excitement for a revival of a game, okay? This happened in Halo, okay? I forget whether it was, I think it was season 4 or something that happened. And there were big content creators because Halo finally had fixed the game. And big content creators jumped into the game and were genuinely enjoying the game. They weren't paid to jump in and try it out. They never got paid to jump in and try it out. But the game was in such a good state that several really big content creators were jumping back into Halo Infinite. And it was just this small little moment in time in Halo Infinite. And that genuine excitement to grind out Halo Infinite from those big content creators, that was what almost brought Halo Infinite back. The sad thing is Halo Infinite, shortly after that big revival, or not necessarily a big revival, but what was looking like a potential revival was going to happen, right? They announced that they were stopping the like seasonal content and they were moving the model to like their operations. And it became very clear that they were cutting off the live service from the game. So there wasn't going to be like major updates in the near future, right? And unfortunately, that instantly killed the hype for it. What was like an organic excitement for the game from the big content creators that were playing it, right? And I don't know the big content creators' names and all, but they were playing ranked mode. They were loving it. They were playing it daily. They were grinding out rank and all. And people were happy to see that happening and excited to jump in. And it wasn't like this huge player-based revival, but because of that organic enjoyment that they were clearly showcasing, right? Those big content creators, that was bringing players back to the game, right? I can assure you, paid videos from big content creators where they're faking happiness because they just got the bag, that ain't exciting nobody. I might click on their video and be like, oh, cool, he's got XDefiant. What's he doing? Oh, it's just paid. I see. So he's faking it. That was the only time I was like this close to seeing a revival from one of these like games that fumbled the launch so hard. That was the only time I was like, oh my god, this is actually happening. Halo Infinite might be back. And then they killed it themselves. The developers like, no, we're not continuing. Don't get happy, don't get excited. It's like, oh shit, you bastards. You're so close, you're so close. Anyway, we'll see. I don't have massive hope that the game is gonna get any sort of resurgence. But man, it'd be cool if it did. Hope you guys enjoyed. Check out my old streams if you haven't already, and I will catch you later. Bye. MDR P90. Man, it was nice jumping on and playing those weapons. I'm at the very least looking forward to getting back to playing my OP weapon sets.